Enough of elbow knee. Stick the left with that. So, okay, so the last sort of thing we need to think about for mount is T-mount escapes, technical mount. So obviously two counters to the two escapes we did. So we spent this last 10 weeks, 11 weeks looking at hoop escape and elbow knee escape. But both of those can be countered just by your opponent transitioning into technical mount. So say I was here with the hand on the collar, guard ties it up, and now as he bridges I just morph around him, I move my body around him. So technical mount, T-mount is just coming up to one foot. If you think about, we talked about when we were playing the Upa escape, when I put the hand on the collar, Carl wants to move his head, then look behind him. And now even this hand is not going to stop me from getting bridged. But the second I'm here and he ties it up, when he bridges, the second I lift my foot, now at base. Of course, we talked about how I want to clamp my heel in, I don't want to make space. And now from this position, probably from here, we have three main avenues from my perspective to get out. So we're going to be looking at what Card should be doing, but you know, from Card's position, he needs to be aware of what I want to be doing. So if my hand's in the collar, I'm going to be pulling this out, coming underneath. So the way I'm coming between the mat and his left ear, I can find this. I can choke him from here. I can grab the pants and sit back into the option one. Option two is I have the underhook. So again, from that position, I can walk my foot up, dig in, and now I have or in the spider position. Option three is from there, I can have a seat pad, or I can get a gift wrap, and now I'm on goes in the bottom again. That's against the bridge escape. Against the Upa, it's the same thing. Say Carl gets my hands on the mat. The second he turns, the minute he, see the way he's, just turn this way. The minute he's starting to bring his foot under mine, I just switch and get into technical mount. So again, the minute Carl straightens this leg, once he gets my hands on the mat, I'm already turning in. And again, from that position, I'm keeping my foot in. Now I'm in technical mount, and we can start to work our stuff from there. So let's look about what we should be doing if the person transitions into technical mount. You need to learn how to deal with that position. So say from here, okay, I bridge and get Carl's hands on the mat. Now we already looked at how when we were doing the Upa escape, Carl puts his hand into the collar, okay? I tie up the arm, and now when I bridge, he goes into technical mount. But we looked about how I could tie up this arm because his knee's down, and I can take him this way. So we can still double bridge, if that makes sense, from the Upa escape. But let's look at elbow knee. So say I'm here, I get Carl's hands on the mat. The second I start to turn onto my side, Carl turns into. So if you look at just set up, perfect. Look at the mechanics of T-mount. There's one knee down and one foot up, but there's always going to be a space here. Okay? So from this position, all that now Carl, if he knows jiu-jitsu, will have his foot tight into my hip, but there'll still be a space there. So all I'm going to do is fill it with my elbow. Again, so stay up on the base, perfect. So we're here. Now from this position, if Carl tries to hit the arm bar, there is none. My elbow's in here. Now he can go for the choke, so you just take a nap. Okay, we covered this when we were playing Henry Aiken's side control. Okay. So again, I know he wants to bring his left hand around, so what I do is I put my left ear on my left shoulder, and now I take a nap. And Carl's going to be digging for his chokes and his arm bars and stuff like that. When you start doing jiu-jitsu, first part of the drill is comfortable in that position. So elbows inside. If it's out here, he has the underhook. So first thing I'm thinking about when he goes to T-mount is I'm bringing my elbow inside, and now I'm just going to take it from up here. He has no access to seatbelt, harness, or time for the bow and arrow. Once I get into this position, the next thing I'm thinking about is I'm making, okay, so two things. My elbow's in here to stop the armbar, but it's also making a wedge, if that makes sense. Watch. I'm going to curl my feet back, and now as I shrimp out of the way, my elbow acts as a frame which keeps Carl's right foot where it is. Now if I bring the hook in, I'm on my left side. All I'm going to do is turn the facing. Now this can go into a number of different ways if I choose to. Straight into single leg hex. Again, when we covered the tail guard, we looked at how I could come underneath. Again, you can go down whatever avenue you want from that position. So, I get Charles' hands on the mat. I start to turn into elbow knee, and he transitions into taking the line. So one, I hide my elbow, and two, I just take a mat. But I'm not going to hang around here. From here, I'm going to turn my feet towards my butt, shrimp out, and my elbow keeps his legs where it is. So now from there, I can bring in. Now from there, on my left side, I turn on to the right side. Sometimes Carl might just drop to his knees. That's an option. So, he gets his hands on the mat. As I start turning on the elbow knee, Carl transitions to T-mount. That's all I'm doing here. So I'm on my side, my elbow's hid. Okay. I curl my feet back towards my butt. My elbow keeps Carl's foot where it is. And now from there. Now sometimes Carl might sort of try and move his body this way to stay below my elbow. So all I have to do is bump him and try to, you might have to make adjustments. I want my elbow right in here, if that makes sense. So now when I curl my feet back and shrimp back, I just bring in that hook. I'm on my left side. Just going to turn onto my right side and face Carl. So again, this can turn into a number of different things. If you're into your lapel guard, your combat guard. Probably the biggest mistake people make is this is a solo drill. When we're here, when you start to shrimp back, you have to keep your elbow where it is. Because if I just shrimp like this, T-mount card. Once I get my elbow on the inside, if my elbow covers with my body, Car's moving with me. Does that make sense? So your elbow has to frame. So it stays where it is. My body moves back. Okay? So once I move back, it moves in. Of course, the half guards there as well.